Every belief of your subconscious has stored about what you deserve. Your identity has built around what abundance means, who has access to it, and whether you qualify. Where did your relationship with money actually begin? Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. You may have listened to hundreds of teachings about money, read the books, do the activations, set the intentions, work hard, thought positive, try again and again, and yet somewhere beneath all of that effort, there's a frequency you've been living inside, a vibration so familiar and so old that you stopped recognizing it as a frequency at all. You began to experience it simply as reality, as fact, as the shape of your life. That frequency is about to change. This session is called Total Money Makeover because that is precisely what occurs here. A total, complete, multi-layered transformation of your relationship with prosperity at every level of your being. Every belief of your subconscious has stored about what you deserve. Every cellular memory of financial stress your nervous system has encoded as a baseline state. Every story your identity has built around what abundance means, who has access to it, and whether you qualify. Every unconscious signal your subconscious broadcasts into the field of reality that either attracts wealth towards you or deflects it away. All of it transforms today, layer by layer, root by root, from the surface of your thinking mind all the way down to the place where your cells carry their fundamental assumption about what life is supposed to feel like. This is the deepest money work you have ever done, and it begins with a question that most people never think to ask. Where did your relationship with money actually begin? Most people, when they consider this, think of a moment, a struggle their family went through, a message they received in childhood, a failure that left a mark. And those moments matter. They are real, and we will address them completely in this session. But your relationship with abundance begins somewhere far deeper than memory. Science has established that the human body carries memory at the cellular level, that the nervous system forms its fundamental patterns of response in the earliest years of life before language exists to create a story around the experience. That stress hormones, when they circulate frequently enough and for long enough, restructure neural architecture, changing the firing patterns that govern how the brain processes reward, security, safety, and possibility. What this means is that your subconscious financial programming is operating in a stratum of your being that conscious intention alone struggles to reach without going deeper. You can think abundance thoughts and simultaneously broadcast a scarcity frequency, because the broadcast is coming from a level of your nervous system that is faster than thought, older than memory, and far more influential over your material experience than any surface level affirmation. This is why positive thinking alone produces inconsistent results, why people who understand the law of attraction intellectually still struggle to produce consistent financial transformation. The gap between understanding and embodiment is the gap between the conscious and the subconscious mind. And that gap is precisely what this activation is designed to close. Today, we go all the way down, we find the root, and we change it. Your prosperity vibration is a composite. It is built from multiple layers, each one influencing the ones above and below it, each one carrying its own frequency signature that contributes to the overall signal your consciousness broadcasts into the field of reality. Understanding these layers is the first act of genuine transformation, because you transform only what you first see clearly. And once you see the architecture, the change becomes almost inevitable. The structure only held power over you through invisibility. At the very core of your prosperity vibration is your financial identity. The deep, mostly unconscious answer you carry to the question, who am I in relationship to money? This identity was assembled from the messages you received, observed, and absorbed in your formative years, from the way the adults around you spoke about wealth, whether they revered it or resented it, feared it or chased it, from the stories your culture told about who deserves abundance and who has earned poverty. From every moment your young mind looked at the distance between where your family lived and where the wealthy lived, and concluded something about which side of that distance you belonged on. This identity operates below conscious awareness with extraordinary consistency. It is the autopilot of your financial life. Every decision you make about money, what prices feel appropriate to charge, what opportunities feel realistic to pursue, what level of income feels safe enough to keep, what amount of wealth feels like too much, is being filtered through this identity construct. And as long as the identity says, I am a person who struggles, the field of your life will find countless creative ways to confirm that statement, regardless of how hard you work or how clearly you understand prosperity principles. The identity layer is the deepest and the most powerful. It is also the one we transform first in this activation, because when the identity shifts, every layer above it shifts with it. Above the identity layer lives the belief architecture, the specific, often contradictory collection of statements your subconscious has accepted as true about money, wealth, and the way prosperity moves through the world. These beliefs are the lenses through which you interpret every financial experience you have. The insidious quality of limiting financial beliefs is the way they masquerade as wisdom, as realism, as hard-won experience. Money is hard to make, feels like an honest assessment of lived experience. Rich people are corrupt feels like social awareness. Security is always one disaster away feels like prudent preparation. These statements feel true because they have been confirmed repeatedly by a reality that was itself being generated by the frequency of the belief. The belief creates the experience. The experience confirms the belief. The cycle deepens. Underneath the realistic sounding surface of most limiting financial beliefs is a simpler, more primal statement. I'm afraid. And fear sustained, chronic, low-level financial fear is the most powerful prosperity repellent in the universe. Fear operates at a frequency that is energetically incompatible with abundance. They occupy different registers of the vibrational spectrum. And the field of reality, which responds to frequency with perfect, impartial consistency, delivers experiences that match the dominant signal rather than the conscious desire. First, there's the emotional body layer. Beneath the beliefs and wrapped around the identity is the emotional body, the felt, somatic, cellular experience of your relationship with money. This layer operates entirely in sensation rather than in language. It is the tightening in your chest when a bill arrives, the held breath before checking your account balance, the tightening in your stomach when you think about your rent, the strange irrational guilt that arises when something genuinely abundant and beautiful arrives in your life, the almost unconscious resistance to receiving, the impulse to deflect compliments, to minimize your wins, to stay small enough to feel safe. The emotional body carries the memory of every financial wound that was never fully processed, every experience of lack, of humiliation, of helplessness around money that left an energetic imprint in the tissues of your body and the circuitry of your nervous system. These imprints generate a continuous broadcast below the threshold of conscious awareness. that shapes the field of your life with extraordinary consistency. This is the layer that most money teachings completely bypass. They address the mind. They address the thoughts. And the emotional body, the body that holds the oldest, deepest, most persistent frequency, continues broadcasting its unprocessed information into the field of your reality, undisturbed. In this activation, we address the emotional body directly. We move through it. We breathe into it. We allow it to complete the release it has been attempting to complete for years, decades, lifetimes, and in that completion, a space opens, a space that has never been opened before, through which genuine abundance can flow. The outermost and simultaneously most fundamental layer of your prosperity vibration is the electromagnetic field generated by your body, which is the second layer, which is the energetic layer, specifically by your heart. The research of heart math establishes that this field extends several feet beyond your body. I've mentioned it several times in previous episodes. What is important to know is that it carries information, and it interacts with the fields of other people and with the broader information field of the universe in ways that are measurable and consistent. This field is your cosmic broadcast. It is the signal you are always sending regardless of what your conscious mind is thinking or intending. And its quality, the coherence, amplitude, and frequency signature of this field, is the single most important determinant of what your experience of reality generates in response. A field running fear broadcasts fear into the quantum substrate and receives experiences that resonate with fear. A field running genuine, coherent gratitude and abundance broadcasts that signal and receives experiences that resonate with abundance. This is law. It operates with the same reliability as gravity, impartially, consistently, without exception, and without the slightest interest in what you consciously wish were true. The Total Money Makeover addresses all 4 layers simultaneously. The identity is transformed. The belief architecture is dissolved and rebuilt. The emotional body completes its releases, and the energetic field is tuned precisely, deliberately, permanently to the frequency of genuine, expansive, effortless abundance. This is where the teaching deepens, where we move from the psychology of money into the physics of it. And what physics reveals about abundance is so extraordinary, so utterly different from the poverty mythology most of us were raised inside, that receiving it fully requires a willingness to allow your entire framework for understanding reality to expand. The universe at its most fundamental level is a field of infinite potential. This is the language of quantum physics, the established, documented Nobel Prize-winning science of the 20th century, now deepened and extended by 21st century discoveries that continue to overturn every classical assumption about the nature of reality. At the quantum scale, matter is information, space is full, the void is teeming. What appears as empty space between objects is, at the scale where physics actually operates, a vast sea of energy so dense it would blind you if you could see it directly. Abundance is the universe's fundamental condition. Scarcity is a local phenomenon, a temporary context-specific experience of limitation that arises in particular physical and social conditions. Scarcity is real in those conditions, and simultaneously, scarcity is a distortion of a deeper truth, the way a shadow is real without being the fundamental nature of light. The universe is a continuous rhythmic expression of one undivided mind, expressing itself in infinite variety through the dynamic interplay of positive and negative, of giving and receiving, of expansion and contraction. Creation is a continuous process of consciousness expressing itself as form. Matter is the crystallization of thought into density, and the forms that consciousness creates are always, at their source, generated by the quality of the consciousness doing the creating. What this means at the level of your personal financial reality is this: your life is a crystallization of your dominant frequency. Your material experience, your income, your assets, your home, your car, your financial trajectory is a consciousness made dense. It is your broadcast hardened into form, and the broadcast can be changed. The frequency can be tuned. And when the frequency changes at the depth of the source, at the level of identity, belief, emotional body, and energetic field simultaneously, the crystallization that follows is different. The form that manifests is different. The financial reality that assembles around you is different. This is prosperity physics. This is the total money makeover operating at its deepest and most consequential level. Allow your body to settle completely. Meditate with me for a moment. Just feel the surface supporting you, the chair, the floor, the ground beneath, and allow yourself to surrender your full weight into that support. Now, if you're driving or cooking, you can listen to this, but if you're able to, then close your eyes. Allow your body to be held, and before we do anything else, simply breathe. A slow, full breath in through your nose. A complete, unhurried release through your mouth. Again, and filling from the belly upward all the way to the collarbone. And out, releasing everything the breath collected. Once more. And as you release this breath, feel something ancient and unnecessary beginning to loosen. Some vigilance you've been maintaining around money that you can release completely. You are safe here. Abundance is the territory we are entering. And in abundant territory, the guard comes down. The armor softens. The clenched preparation for lack dissolves into something more ancient, fundamental, and true than fear. Let your face relax, your jaw, your throat, where so many unspoken truths about money have lived, held in place by the habit of silence. Let it all begin to open. Bring your awareness inward now, past the surface thoughts, past the familiar mental chatter, and go deeper. Down through the busy thinking layer of the mind, down through the layer of feeling and sensation, all the way to the place where the deep story lives, the story that has been running so long it no longer feels like a story, it feels like the truth. And gently, without judgment, become aware of what that story says about you and money. Listen for the way you would listen for the piece of music playing in another room, just faint but unmistakable once you attend to it. What is the statement your deepest self has been carrying about your relationship with abundance? Whatever arose, see it clearly with the same compassionate attention you would give a child carrying a heavy bag they were handed long ago and never put down. That story served a purpose once. It was assembled by a young consciousness doing its best to make sense of the financial world it was born into. It protected something, explained something, helped something cohere. And it is complete. Its work is done. The person it served is no longer that child, and the frequency it generated is no longer necessary. It can be released now fully and completely with gratitude for its service and clarity about its departure. Breathe into the place where the story was stored. Feel your breath entering your body as a wave of dissolving light. And as you exhale, feel the story releasing, dissipating, returning to the undifferentiated energy it was always beneath the form of belief. Out with the exhale, gone. The space it occupied in your field opening into something enormous. Into that open space, the space that old story vacated, a new statement rises. Feel it rather than think it. Allow it to arrive from the deeper knowing that your cleared field can access now, that the old frequency is gone. The new statement is this, and you can say it with me. I am a being of infinite creative potential, and abundance is my natural inheritance. Feel it searching for resistance in your field as you say that inwardly. Say it again and feel it go deeper. I am a being of infinite creative potential, and abundance is my natural inheritance. Let it go down through the thinking layer into the feeling body, into the cellular memory of your tissues. Let it arrive as a vibration rather than words. Let it become the new pattern that the field of your body organizes around. I am a being of infinite creative potential, and abundance is my natural inheritance. Feel your identity reorganize around the statement. The shift is physical, cellular, happening in the architecture of your nervous system. New pathways firing, new configurations lighting up in a way that will generate different automatic responses, intuitions, resonances, with different kinds of opportunities from this day forward. Now we address the belief layer. The statements your subconscious has been treating as financial gospel. Stay in this deep, relaxed, open state and allow the limiting beliefs to surface. They might be words or images or feelings. Allow them to surface one by one in clusters. The beliefs about what you deserve, about what people like you are allowed to have, about the relationships between suffering and income, between sacrifice and reward. Allow them to surface completely. Each belief you can see is a belief that has already lost most of its power. The invisible belief commands subconscious entirely. The visible belief is simply energy that has taken a particular form, and energy is always available for transformation. Bring your awareness to the area of your heart and solar plexus, the twin centers of your personal power, and your capacity to receive and feel from that center a quality of light beginning to build, warm, steady, intelligent. This is the light of your own highest knowing, the part of your consciousness that has never believed the limiting story. Allow that light to move through every limiting belief in your field, dissolving each one at its root, releasing the emotional charge stored within it, returning the energy to your field as pure, available, creative potential. Feel it happening, belief by belief, layer by layer, the density lightening, the field clarifying, the space between your cells growing luminous with returning energy. Money is easy to make, and this statement is true at the frequency of your creative potential fully expressed. abundance flows toward those who create value, genuine value, and you are a creator of genuine, rare, irreplaceable value. Wealth is the natural reward of consciousness in full creative expression. And your consciousness is in full creative expression from this moment forward. Receiving is as sacred as giving, and your capacity to receive the full abundance your contribution generates is now open, wide, and clear. The universe is expanding, and your prosperity expands with it in exact proportion to the signal your transformed field broadcasts into the quantum substrate of reality. Feel the difference in your field. Feel the architecture of your belief system having reorganized, the old weight gone, a quality of lightness and aliveness in its place. This is the frequency of genuine possibility, the felt sense of a consciousness that has removed its own resistance to the abundance that was always flowing in its direction. Now we must focus on the emotional body. We arrive at the layer most teaching skip, the emotional body, the somatic intelligence of your body that carries what the mind has processed and set aside, but the tissues still remember. Bring your full awareness to your belly, your center of gravity. Allow whatever is here to be here. Old grief about money, grief about watching someone you love worry. Let the grief be present without collapsing into it. You are the awareness observing it. Old anger, the anger of feeling trapped, working hard, receiving so little, the anger of seeing abundance available to everyone but you. Let the anger be present and complete. Allow it to move through your field as the energy it is, releasing rather than suppressing. The body knows how to process emotion when the mind gives it permission. Give it permission. Feel the completion occurring in your body, the releases that have been postponed for years finding their conclusion, the emotional charges that have been broadcasting their frequency into your field in the background of your awareness, finally, fully discharging. And in the space of that discharge, something entirely unprecedented opens in your relationship with prosperity. Grief releases, and in its place, a deep cellular acceptance of the abundance that is your birthright. Anger releases, and in its place, a fierce, clear, directed energy that knows precisely how to create the financial life you've always deserved. Fear releases, and in its place, a trust in the generosity of the universe so deep it feels like remembering something you always knew. Breathe this new quality of spaciousness into every cell of your body. Let the cells update their memory. Let the tissues reorganize around the frequency of genuine safety and genuine abundance. Let the nervous system learn, at last, that prosperity is available, that the emergency is over, that the vigilance of financial fear can be retired permanently. Now, we arrive at the outermost and most fundamental layer, your energetic field, your cosmic broadcast, the signal you send into the quantum fabric of the universe every moment of every day. Bring all of your awareness to the center of your chest, to the heart space, and begin to breathe directly through the center, long, slow, rhythmic breaths that flow in and out through the heart rather than through the nostrils alone. In through the heart, out through the heart. A steady, oceanic rhythm. As you breathe through your heart, allow a feeling to arise that you may have felt only briefly before. The feeling of genuine, unearned, unconditional gratitude for the bare fact of your existence. The extraordinary, undeserved, incomprehensible gift of being aware at all, of having a body, a mind, a consciousness capable of this depth of self-reflection, of being alive in a universe vast enough to contain both supernova and cherry blossoms, and the specific, irreplaceable quality of your own awareness. Let that gratitude grow. Let it become enormous, bigger than the habitual concern of the mind, bigger than the old financial story, bigger than the particular desire or fear. Let it fill your chest with warmth until the warmth overflows into your throat, your face, your hands. Let it become a full-body experience of genuine, open-hearted thankfulness for the miracle that is your life. Your heart is in coherence. The electromagnetic field it generates has ordered itself, taken on the specific, measurable, documented frequency signature of genuine gratitude, which is the access frequency for the universe's abundance intelligence. Your field is broadcasting this frequency in every direction simultaneously, into the quantum, into the collective, into the specific, personal dimension of your life. And the field is responding. It always responds. The response is law, as reliable as sunrise. The field returns to the broadcaster an experience that matches the broadcast, and your broadcast in this moment is exquisite, coherent, clear. It is the frequency of genuine abundance, held in a body that has been cleared at every layer. Identity, belief, emotional body, and field simultaneously, and it is transmuting that frequency with a clarity and amplitude that your own consciousness has never achieved before. Hold this state. Hold the heart coherence, the gratitude, the cleared field, the new identity, and from this state, allow the download to begin. The download is a transmission from the highest frequency available to your consciousness, from the part of you that exists beyond the individual identity, beyond the personal history. Some call this the higher self, the soul, universal consciousness individualized in your particular form. The name is unimportant. The quality of the transmission is everything. Feel it arriving at the crown of your head, column of light, pure and intelligent, descending through your crown, through your brain, into the throat, into your heart space. Your cleared field receives it completely, every cell drinking it, in the way parched earth drinks the first rain of the season. Transmission carries information, specific, encoded, personalized, information about the financial life that matches your full creative potential, the income that would express your gifts completely, the work that would generate both genuine contribution and genuine wealth simultaneously, the relationships, the opportunities, the sequence of events already assembled in the field of possibility. You are downloading this now. Your conscious mind will receive it as inspiration, as the ideas and impulses and recognitions that arise in the coming days and weeks and months. Your subconscious will receive it as a new behavioral architecture, new responses, new reactions, new patterns. Your body will receive it as a new baseline, a new normal, for what prosperity feels like in the tissues, so that your nervous system begins to generate that feeling as it defaults rather than as an occasional peak experience. Everything you needed to receive in this session has been received. The download is complete. Every level of your prosperity vibration has been addressed. and calibrated to the frequency of genuine, expansive, effortless abundance. The field carries the new information. The body holds the baseline. The identity knows itself differently. The beliefs have reorganized around a truer, more generous, more accurate understanding of your relationship with the creative power of the universe. Before we complete, let us go to the deepest level. The level where prosperity is understood as physics rather than as personal development. Understand the universe is a self-reflecting system of infinite creative intelligence. You are the universe knowing itself through a particular aperture. Your consciousness is the cosmic intelligence made local. Consciousness is the cosmos, experiencing itself through the individual nodes of awareness that constitute every sentient being. It's the evolutionary impulse of consciousness itself pressing toward greater complexity, greater beauty, capacity to create, experience, and reflect. Prosperity at this level is understood as an expression of cosmic alignment. When your identity and individual consciousness align with the frequency of its own deepest nature. Creative, expansive, generous, delighted by beauty and complexity, the material reality that crystallizes around it reflects that alignment with precision. The financial struggle most human beings experience is consciousness arguing with its own nature. It's the cosmic creative intelligence compressed into a form that has been taught to distrust itself, to diminish its own creative power, to believe in scarcity as a fundamental law, when scarcity is in truth a local and temporary distortion of the universe's fundamental abundance. Struggle is real, suffering is genuine, and the cause of both is a frequency mismatch. The Total Money Makeover is the correction of that mismatch at every level, in every layer, down to the deepest root. This reorganization is the miracle that looks like luck, the opportunity that appears from nowhere, the relationship that opens the door, the inspiration that generates the income, the sequence of events so precisely suited to your particular genius that you struggle to believe it occurred by anything other than divine design. It is divine design, and the designer is the consciousness you are finally broadcasting at the frequency of its own deepest and most creative nature. Begin gently to bring your awareness back toward the surface. Hold the depth you've reached, the clarity and openness. The frequency you are carrying now is the frequency of your new prosperity. It is the starting point for a different relationship with money. A relationship in which you are the creator, the broadcaster, the one whose consciousness generates the field that the material world crystallizes around. Feel your body now, the weight of it, the warmth of it. Breathe into your feet. Breathe into your heart. Take a breath now that is generally different from the breath you took in this session again. Feel the difference in your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Deepen your breath. When you're ready, allow your eyes to open. The Total Money Makeover is complete. It's also just the beginning. Because the transformation that occurs in a session like this one is a seed, and seeds require tending. The new frequency you have established today is real. It needs your conscious daily participation to deepen into the permanent baseline. Feed it with genuine gratitude, practice. Feed it with conscious clearing. The field of your life is changing. The quantum substrate is already assembling the events, the relationships and opportunities that match the new frequency you're broadcasting. You are consciousness of infinite creative potential. Abundance is your natural inheritance, and the universe, this vast, intelligent, generous, endlessly creative universe that brought you into existence for the specific purpose of experiencing itself through your irreplaceable perspective, is conspiring in every moment to deliver the full, magnificent, extraordinary expression of your greatest life. Now, that has been activated. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome